G'day folks, welcome to this week's instalment of the Brothers Weekly Wrap. This week we follow on from the weekend's clash against Yarrabah over by Paradise in the Sea, Jalara Oval over at Yarry. Mixed bag results for the day. Our C-grade side continue their dominance of the competition this year, still unbeaten when they come away with a 38 points to 26 win, which is fantastic, especially to travel all the way over to Yarry in what really is a graveyard for visiting sides. So congratulations to Jack Mapper and his lads there. Hopefully they can continue their winning form in coming weeks. Followed up with a really strong win actually in the under-18s. The under-18s were severely undermanned. Those guys are providing 7 players to the Peninsula Schoolboys representative side that travels away this week. And so with their training run on Sunday morning, it was a depleted under-18 side that took the field, initially with only 10 players before finally getting to 13 where they finished the game. And as a huge credit to the boys, they were able to really muscle up and show some massive desperation defensively, and they were able to come away with a 22 points to 16 win. So congratulations to those boys. It's certainly going to be a real character building opportunity for them to improve on through the rest of the year. Moving into reserve grade, unfortunately unable to come up with the win. 38 points to 34, high scoring affair as to be expected. Really seesawing match as well, but unfortunately in a repeat of last year's finals performance, Yarrabah were just too good by the final whistle. So Cullen Dunbar and his Chargers will no doubt turn their attention to this weekend to get back into that winner's circle. In the A-grade clash, a really high-scoring affair, 40 points all. It generally is a high-scoring match any time the team takes on Yarrabah, especially in Yarrabah, and this time was certainly no different. I think we certainly showed some character not to lay down and let Yarry run away with it. At one stage, Yarrabah were leading by 36 points to 18. But to claw our way back, and then even in the final stages be leading 40 points to 36, it was a bit of a shame to let the match slip into a draw as Yarrabah scored another try right at the death. Unfortunately, former Brothers player Charles Merger was unable to slot it from the sideline despite some cheeky banter towards our bench about check this one out. I think Charles then probably had the worst kick of his life as he struck the footy. But that was obviously of great fortune to us. So, yeah, obviously a few defensive issues to try and overcome in preparation for this week's clash against Mossman. Getting away from Yarrabah wasn't without its pitfalls, as somehow the bus driver actually ran out of a bit of fuel. So, little things, but certainly just added to the experience of the weekend. And a big congratulations to A-grade player Nigel Scott, who got off the season's nudie run with his first ever try for the club as well on the weekend. So everybody's happy about not having to see the Pom run around naked come the end of September. So attention turns this week to a special occasion, Friday night clash at Stan Williams Park against the high-flying Mossman Sharks. The Sharkies are surprising many so far this year. They've always had that big forward pack to rumble forward, but this year they've added some class in the halves and also out wide to really capitalise on that time and space. So it's certainly going to be an interesting clash this weekend, and our side is certainly going to have to tighten up and stiffen up defensively to try and limit the amount of points that we're leaking. And if we can click into gear with our attack, then it should be a good quality game with hopefully a Brothers victory. The game will also be a belated homecoming for Mr. Purple Rain himself, former Brothers Premiership winning player James Dooler has really added a little bit of control, and when you throw in the X factor that they do have out wide and their ability to play behind that big pack, creating that time and space for them, they're certainly playing well. That's about it for this week's Weekly Wrap. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week after, fingers crossed, another couple of Brothers victories. Until next week, go the fish.